Hey, so in this video we'll be changing the door seal on a Bosch washing machine, the Bosch Avantix, Bosch Logix. Now normally these 8 kg or 8.5, 9 kg Bosch washing machines, this applies to all these models because they're the same inside. So if your seal looks like this, we'll move in a bit closer. This one is ripped, as you can see. It's ripped, so it's leaking from there. If you're having issues with your Bosch washing machine leaking, this is a video to show you how to replace that door seal. This is a very easy fix, easy to do. All you need is a flathead screwdriver, Torx bit, T20 to be specific, 6mm socket, and some cutters. And of course a new seal. I'll put a link in the description below as to where you can buy a brand new seal to put on your washing machine and save yourself a couple of bucks by doing it yourself. These are good machines. If you can get a few more years of life in them, that will be good. So let's get right into it. The first thing we want to do is we want to remove this protection ring that is around the seal. So I've just opened the door there, so you just open the door on yours. So you'll notice that around the seal there's a protective ring. So this seal, there's a ring. Look for the spring and pry it out like that, and it's out. I usually like to just put this back inside there so I don't lose it or forget about it, and then try to put that inside. Good. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to remove this soap dispenser. So to remove the soap dispenser, what you want to do is you want to press this bit and pull. That's it. Press and pull. And it's out just like that. Next stage is to take your T20 Torx bits and take out those T20 screws. So there's 3. So there's 1, 2, 3. So you're going to take them out. Beautiful. Now that you've got those out, what we want to do is, if your washing machine is next to a wall, you want to lay it on a sort of 45-degree angle so you can access some screws that are on the back that we want to take off. Yeah? So let's tilt the washing machine. So this is for better access for you. Ugh. So you just tilt it in an angle like that. If you need to get some help, I should say at this point, I hope you've disconnected the power to your washing machine, unplugged it. So at the bottom, there's 3 screws that we need to take care of. I'll try as much as possible to show you guys what I'm talking about. So you'll notice on the bottom there, there's 3 screws. So 1 is here, and you got number 2. Oh, you got 2 only. There you go. This model's good. You got 2 screws. So these are 6mm screws that you need to use your socket to take off. So go ahead and take those 2 off so we can remove the front panel. After you've removed those screws, we need to detach some other screws that are in your filter. So on the bottom right hand corner, as you see there's two Torx bits that are there that we need to get rid of so that we can lift this panel off. Alright, so let's remove those. Beautiful. Okay, make sure that this black hose is loose. Let's put it loose like that. You don't need to do much about this one. Just leave it hanging. If you want, you can remove it, but shouldn't be a problem. All right, now we're going to tilt the washing machine back, stand on its feet. Beautiful. All right. So now at this stage, what we want to do is we want to remove the top. So we want to remove this top cover on the washing machine. So for this top cover to come off, there's two screws at the back, two T20 screws that we need to remove. So if I show you from this angle, so there's one here, and then there's another one on the opposite end that you need to take off. You can see him one just there. So remove that one as well. So let's go right ahead and remove those two screws, and then we can, now that we've got those two screws off, next stage is to remove the top lid. So you just slide it back once you've got those two screws out. Just slide it back and it should come out. Oh, there we go. Beautiful. The next thing we want to do is we want to remove this panel, this front panel. So it'll be hooking on with some tabs. Most importantly, the tabs, these ones, you want to make sure that these are free first. So there's like 3 of them there. Actually, one of them is the biggest one. So you want to make sure that they're nice and loose, and then this whole thing can move. So let's do just that. Trying as much as possible not to break anything. Pull the fascia. It's got tabs at the bottom as well, so take your time, it will come off. So remember that tab that I was talking about inside? You want to be pressing that, making sure that it's nice and free, and then lifting off the washer. Beautiful. It is out. All right, at this stage we want to remove the front panel. Remove these two Torx bits. There's two Torx bits, one on the corner here and another one there. We want to unscrew those. Beautiful. And then just lift it out and it comes out. The other thing that we have to do is to disconnect the door switch. So open this, and then the door switch is this bit here. So what we'll do is just put your hand inside, and there's a tab in there that you push and then you pull down, and that's disconnecting the door switch. Take him out. Out he comes. Beautiful. Right, so that's inside your washing machine. So this is the door seal that we need to change. So first thing we do is we're going to remove this spring. You got some pliers, would be handy to use those. Got strong hands, you can use them as well. Just like our one outside, we've got a protector, like a clamping ring on the inside. So just put a screwdriver on the spring and pry him out. So you pry it out like that. So it might be a bit tighter, but just work your way through with it. Beautiful. And it's out just like that. All right, so now to get this out all the way, just reach out from underneath and pull it out. There you go. Beautiful. And it's out. It is out. You can see the problem with that. That was leaking. And moldy as. All right. Chuck that in the bin. Let's put the new one in. Now with this new one, you'll notice that you've got some holes here at the bottom and there's an arrow. That shows you where this tab is. That's where it should be. And then also these three holes should align with the holes on the washing machine tub. If you mess that up, it won't drain properly and it's not sitting right. So let's try to get it as close as possible to those marks. So what you want to do is you want to line it up first at the bottom. See, I'm a bit off. There we go. So about there. I'm looking at my holes. They are perfect. All right. So putting it on is, if you've got a second pair of hands that can help you, will be grand. We want to make sure that there's a lip on the seal that goes over this plastic lip on the tub. We want to make sure that it goes over that lip and makes a nice tight seal. So you start from the top, or start from the bottom, whichever one you prefer. This is a stage where you need to take your time and do it right. So you do it once, you do it right. Just working your way through that seal, bit by bit. It's like you do it clockwise, going around that lip. When it's sitting right, it will look right and it will feel right. There you go. Going on there. So just keep going around like that. If you need to take a break, take a break. There's no need to rush. And just keep going around as you put that seal on. Just a quick tip, be handy to put it on its side so you can better put the seal on the bottom bits. So if you need to, lean it again against the wall and it's much easier to put that lip around. So if you're having trouble replacing that door seal, putting it around there, what you can do is actually get a 13mm socket and remove these weights. They come off. So just 1, 2, 3, just like that, and they come out. Beautiful. I've done one side, so should be right. Sometimes it helps to have that extra space so you can stretch the seal around the lip. So go ahead, remove it if you need to. Just remember to put back the weight when you close the washing machine. Otherwise, it won't balance properly. There we go. All right. Make sure it's a nice tight seal around that lip. And we're going to put back our retaining spring. Putting it back, you start with the edges first. Start with the one without the spring, and then you finish up with the spring. If you've got some circlip pliers, this is where they'll be handy, so you can stretch the spring. Or if you've got a second person helping you, will make it a lot easier. So make sure that it's sitting. I usually like to start at the bottom, and then that way I know the bottom's covered and it won't leak from the bottom. So as you're going up, you want to be stretching this spring. So actually, you can actually fold the seal into itself so you can see what you're doing. So just fold it in like that and start to stretch. Use your screwdriver to get it over the edge as it becomes harder and harder. Just making sure that you're not putting a new hole in the new seal. And then undoing all your work. Alright, we're almost at the top. So just keep guiding it. So as you're putting it, this spring actually expands, giving you more length. So the last piece is the spring itself. There you go, almost over the edge. Is in. So just a flathead screwdriver. Taking your time, prying it in. Beautiful. There we go. It's in, nice and secure. Remember now, we got to put a spring retainer on that new seal. So at the top here, this bit, remember to put that back. Otherwise, you're going to have problems. This is where you'll need your pliers if you've got some. Right, so we want to get your vice grips or your pliers. I don't have pliers, I've got vice grips. And put this over the water dispenser. And clamp it nicely. Ensure that it's in all the way, and you might want to put it to the side a bit so that it's not sticking out. Oh. You can rotate it once you have it inside there. I like to usually put it sort of like at an angle. You don't want it pointing that way towards your new seal, and then creating problems for yourself. Taking another look to make sure that it's nice and tight. That's it. If you're having any trouble putting yours in, put a comment in the comment section below and I'll be happy to help you. Now that I've got mine on, we are going to put back the front panel. First thing you want to do is to reinstall the door switch so you don't forget it. So you can just put it in there, and then you know that it's in there and you won't forget it. Putting this panel back, there's some you'll see there's some hooks, plastic hooks that you hook it onto, and at this stage what you want to do is tilt it back like before. Yeah, that way it's holding this front panel in place, and you got access to the back of the washing machine. Just make sure that everything is in its place, nice and secure. I just putting back. Remember to put back this emergency release latch that would have come off when you took the front panel off. All right. So now from this end, it's just putting back everything in the order that we took it off. So in reverse. Pretty simple, I'd say. You've done the hard part, you've done the hard yard. So remember to put back everything where you found it. All the screws, if you're unsure where anything goes, you can always rewind and see where everything goes. There we go. Okay. And I just want to show you guys that how to put back the seal, the ring that the seal sits on. First, let's put our Torx screws in to hold our panel in. Remember when you're putting this, that the soap drawer sits above this panel. Otherwise, it's not going to sit properly. So you're going to have to sort of force it up a bit. Maybe just grab your screwdriver and make it, there you go, see? So that lip sits above this. Alright. Beautiful. The other side. Beautiful. All right. Now comes the other fun part. Putting back this retaining spring. All right. So it's just like we did before, just putting the lip seal around the washer. Taking your time. No need to rush, making sure you have a nice seal around that. So just work your way around it, putting it around the lip. Springtime. So as we did before, put the wire before you insert the spring. So working your way around like this. If you have a second person, they can be holding this bit for you while you're working your way around. So I've got a circlip plier, which I'm going to use now. Something like that. You can get it from your local hardware store. If you stretch it, fits in these ends, and then you can stretch the spring. So like that. So something like that will work for you. But let me do it the hard way for you guys. So the key with this is to be patient, because at this stage, if you're not patient enough, you could actually damage the lip of the seal, and it'll start leaking again. Alright, you stretch this ring, stretch it. Yeah, see, I'm almost there. Yeah, almost over the edge. This is where a second pair of hands will help. But you can do this. Almost in there. Making sure it's nice and tight. Right. On this side it's a bit. Now that you've got it in there, the other thing is there's another lip in the washing machine itself. So if we move in a bit closer, you can see there's a lip on the inside. So we need to put that in as well. So you can do this bit last. So you see how you got that lip? Yeah, so just work your way around it. Work it around. Just like we did the other seals, do that with this bit. So you can either do this now or you can do it when we did it before. Yeah. The inside one's pretty easy. Not that hard. Just working our way around. It just folds into the washing machine. Yeah. So you stretch it out, then fold in. Stretch it out, fold in, fold in, fold in, fold in. Alright guys, that's about it. You know, like it's pretty simple now. You just put back the panels, follow everything we did in reverse, and then you'll be done. If you found any value in this video, please like or subscribe. It'll help other people to find this information and fix their washing machines as well and save some money in the process. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Till next time, cheers.